everyone, welcome back to Sunset Valley. So today we're doing a house called Unabridged. It's an unoccupied house in Sunset Valley. So these are always fun because when I did my build review series of rating all the houses in Sunset Valley, I skipped the unoccupied ones because those are generally emptier and lack a style because they're meant for you to move into. Kind of like when you move into a starter house and it's ugly and it makes you go into build buy. Anyway, so for this house, it actually wasn't terrible. And I wanted to modern it out, but when I started throwing on these half gabled roofs, it really turned into a mid-century masterpiece. I did not change the shell for this house at all. I kept it an actual shell challenge and it was actually really fun. I just focused on changing colors and textures and patterns because I wanted to change the style because I didn't think that the outside really matched the style of it. It's got this bridge that leads over to a second part, so I figured you know what, I'm just gonna conceptualize it as a mid-century modern house that got this fancy pool added on and then this extra add-on to their house. I figured you know what, there's a lot of mid-century houses in this world already, so I thought why not? And in fact, I plan to turn some of the mid-century modern houses into ultra modern houses anyway, so I'm gonna be reducing the number of them overall, so this will help balance it out. But as you can see, I definitely made it a little bit more modern. I'm using this fence, it's called the Fun Fence, and it's just very bright and glassy and futuristic, and it just comes with the base game, so I tend to to use it just to bring a build into the 21st century. Because a lot of the railings and balustrades are these brown Victorian ones on these old houses, so it just helps edge it out a little bit. And now I'm changing all the roof colors and stuff, and what I noticed is that a lot of the roof colors really work with this house. And in fact, a lot of the base game ones do too, and I don't get to play with the roof swatches very much because I tend to just pick a very basic base game one. Just so that way, if you play this world, all the roofs look nice. But for this house, since so many of them worked, I gave myself a little bit more liberty and I let myself kind of play with it a bit. So I think I put on a metally black one, and I think it's from a DLC. So if you don't have it, just put on any base game roof and it's fine. Speaking of fine, look at this malachite kitchen. You know I love malachite kitchens, but I thought I would do something a little bit different. I tend to do white and malachite or gray and malachite, but for this I tried to use a cherry wood. I'm trying to break it up a little bit, and I figured this house actually has a really good floor plan. I barely changed this floor plan either. It was perfectly efficient. Well, as efficient as you can get for two houses connected by a bridge, I guess, but I thought, you know what, there's not really much I want to change, so I just added a bathroom. I figured two bathrooms is better than one, right? And then I just focused on kind of just trying out new colors and styles, because a lot of times by the time I get to the interior decorating, I'm already kind of exhausted from all the choices of changing the shell and picking sidings. So it's hard for me to pick new things when it comes to furniture, so I just kind of stick with a few things that I'm comfortable with. But this time I decided to try out a few different things, trying out some colors that I wouldn't normally do or whatnot. But yeah, so speaking of having fun, the bathrooms were an actual blast to do. Again, this house is in Sunset Valley, so EA tends to to put giant bathrooms with not a lot of things in them. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna fill it up. And I thought, why not fill it up with a platform and put a fancy tub and some half walls and some plants, right? Because you know what, when you have a 25 tile bathroom, you have to do something. And in fact, I knew I wanted to do one bathroom over the top. So for this house, it actually had two bathrooms that were pretty much the same size. And I slid the wall over one tile, so that way one of the bathrooms was really big and one of the bathrooms is more a moderate size. And I think in the smaller bathroom, I was able to do a fun walk-in shower too. So it just shows you don't necessarily need a lot of space to have fun with a bathroom. But if you only want to put a shower, sink, and tub and not much else, then don't make a big bathroom. Just do a little 2x3 or 3x3. I like 3x3, so that way even if it's basic, you can stick a plant in the corner. But I know for some builds, you just have to squeeze a bathroom in kind of wherever you can, right? But yeah, I've just been rambling about bathrooms for the last minute or two, and I noticed that I'm not even done the bathrooms. I think that's where the majority of this build time went. I try to keep all my builds around the same time, so if I spend a lot of time in the first half, I kind of rush the second half. And if I get the first half done quickly, then I just take my time with the inside. And that seems to be what happened here. I kind of got the outside together pretty quickly because again, I didn't really change any walls or anything. And the roof kind of solved itself pretty quickly, so I was just able to focus a lot more on the inside and make a few more changes just to make it a little bit nicer. And I can see now I decided on black and white for the bathrooms, which I've been doing a lot of colors in my bathrooms just to add a little extra something. But for this, there's so many details in the architecture and in the platform and stuff, so I didn't want to overwhelm it. And sometimes the only color you need is the plant in the corner, right? Just a little splash of green, a nice green, not an EA green, right? And yeah, moving on to the bedroom. So I figured since it's an unoccupied house, I just wanted to keep the bedrooms very generic. I used a little bit of color, but you can change it to any color. I kept everything very grayscale and wood. And I just decided to add some skill building things because I figured no matter what kind of sim you have, when you move into a house, it's always nice to have a bookshelf, a telescope, a computer, you know, all the things that your sim needs to succeed. Because I know there's so many different play styles, but at the end of the day, a lot of people do the career grinding, the skill grinding and everything, the aspirations, the lifetime wishes and all that, right? And now like looking at it, it's kind of looking like a little bit of an IKEA catalog, and I guess that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to have style, but not personal style, right? Just something nice that you can move into and just kind of get going. Because I know for a lot of people, like you don't like building at all. Some people are like all gameplay, and like for me, like I'm more building than gameplay. Like I love playing the game too, but like I have to build. Like that's my favorite thing to do in the game. And in fact, if I'm doing a rags to riches, like the purpose of the rags to riches is so I can build them a nice house, right? So like the reward is building. And I know for some people it's torture. So how about we just jump into first person and I'll give you the grand tour, and then we'll see if it's something that you might enjoy. See you there. And here we are at the freshly renovated Unabridged. Honestly, up close, it kind of reminds me of a Sillamar. We haven't done a Sillamar yet. It's kind of like a fun house. I guess we'll get to that a little bit later. Okay, so the first detail I just want to point out is like the little stilted foundation. Remember how I said I wanted it to be like an add-on to the existing house? So I kind of kept the house with the original foundation, and I just added like the stilted ones for the bridge and for the extra half. I thought it looked really nice, especially with the pool and everything. Okay, I just wanted to point that out because it's one of those details that you wouldn't see unless you really got down into first person. But yeah, looking around the build, it kind of reminds me that I wanted to do like a shipping container. I was thinking of doing like a shipping container exterior, like making it all metallic, but I thought it might have been a little bit too much. And there's actually like another house in the neighborhood that I'm thinking might make a better shipping container. And I didn't want Sunset Valley to be full of garbage, right? Like I didn't want it to be eco lifestyle. But yeah, looking around, everything is pretty much the same. I used these late night lounge chairs because I thought they looked really nice. So if you don't have late night, there might be like a base game one there instead, or they might be missing. It doesn't really matter because the house originally had some ugly yellow ones. But yeah, that's all I pretty much wanted to say. Why don't we hop in the front door and see what we got? As we come inside, we have this like door to the bathroom that I added in. So this entry area was a little bit too big and there was only one bathroom. So I thought, why not squeeze a little half bath in here? Now it does have a big window to the front and everything, and I forgot to put blinds, but you know what? Sometimes things happen. And to be fair, I put the toilet over a little bit so you wouldn't be able to necessarily see right through to someone using it. I'm just thinking of excuses. But yeah, coming into this gorgeous rug, I love this. I love the randomizer button. It gives me such good ideas. But yeah, as I said, coming into the living room, I just kept the same floor plan as before. I just added a little bit more of a contemporary touch. Kind of made it a little bit more IKEA, right? Actually, I think these sofas are from Town Life stuff maybe, but again, like I said, for the most part of these builds, I've only used base game. And I got a little bit bored with it, and I thought, you know what? Most people have a lot of these packs, like it's from years ago, but really any white couch will do the trick, right? Okay, so coming into my malachite kitchen, I figured a malachite backsplash would have been a little bit too crazy, so I only used it in like one space. And I used my favorite floor tiles. I added a little bit of purple to the oven too, because I felt that it needed a little bit of an extra color. And I remember from this TV show, Two Broke Girls, one of the girls had a stove with purple knobs, and it was like an expensive kind of oven or something. And I'm not sure if that's like a real thing or something that was just in the show, but I never forgot it. And it reminds me of a nice oven, so I thought, why not do it? Okay, coming down the long hallway, we have a little bit of a laundry area, which of course you know I had to add. Oh my god, I think I forgot one in Claire Ursine's house. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's forget about that. Going into the one bathroom, I just added in this like little bit of a step-in shower area. A lot of nice houses have showers where you have to go like around a wall of glass and then into the shower. So I thought, why not? And I hid the toilet behind this little half wall. I just thought I don't like toilets right next to doors, but with smaller bathrooms, sometimes you have to make an exception. And sometimes a half wall will just kind of like do the trick to edge it out a little bit. But yeah, coming into the one plain bedroom, this turned out really blue, and you know what? I'm not too disappointed with it. I don't normally go for such a strong color for a bedroom, especially for an unoccupied house, but like I said, you could change it if you want. But going into the gorgeous bathroom, oh my god, I love the platform. So I decided just to put the tub up on a platform, and around the corner here, I really didn't know what to do, and I ended up sticking a shower here. It was just like a weird corner, right? So I thought, you know what? If there's gonna be like only a bathtub in this bathroom, then I want to have an option for a shower too. I don't like bathrooms with only bathtubs, but I will sometimes do that. And yeah, I guess going into the last bedroom is kind of like a pink one if I remember correctly. Oh no, I did yellow. Oh, I did a pink bed though, but this mustard yellow, my goodness. I don't think this is the color that I was going for. I think I built this house at nighttime. See, this is what it looks like when it's in night mode. It's a little bit less abrasive, a little bit more golden, a little bit less mustard, right? I kind of wish it was nighttime. That end shot was pretty. I wish we could have done that. But yeah, what did you guys think? Have you ever moved into this house before? This is always one of those houses that I've kind of driven by and thought, you know what? That doesn't look too bad. It definitely shows off the architectural tools in The Sims 3, right? And not a lot of EA houses do that, or they do it in the wrong way, right? But yeah, that pretty much does it for this build. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe for some more more Sims content. I've been a little bit color starved in the last couple builds. Like I haven't really been able to like pick my own styles and stuff, so I decided to go for something a little bit nicer. I say nicer because I like teal and fuchsia, but you know what? I think it worked out. And it's nice having little splashes of color on the street. Like again, like this may never be a house that you actually move into, but like it'll be something you can drive by. And if things are happening to your Sims in the neighborhood, or like if you come to the beach here, then at least you'll have something nice to look at. And actually, if you're at the beach, there's not too much color at the back too, so it shouldn't bother you too much. Sorry, I'm just getting defensive because everyone likes their boring colors. But anyway, I guess Destiny and I will see you in the next one. Boom.